Welcome back at 5:16. We're taking a live look in Paris at the Arc de Triomphe. Rennie is actually out there. We could probably squint and see him down there somewhere in that roundabout intersection, just hours away from the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic Games. Our Rennie Knott is going to join us again live in about 15 minutes. You don't want to miss it. Now, with the Summer Olympics being held in France this year, it's a pretty good time to look back at our very own French roots right here in St. Louis.
Yeah, they run deep. You can't miss things like the architecture, buildings, and of course, the fleur de lis. We love it. 5 on your sides. Travis Cummings is live at the Gateway Arch with a report on our roots. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning, Sydney and Michelle. That's right. The Gateway Arch grounds was actually the early village of St. Louis, and that big body of water behind us, the Mississippi River, is what caught the attention of our founder.
The closer they were to great bodies of water, the more easy it was for them to meet with Native American peoples living up and down the rivers and trade with them for furs, which they were very, very interested in doing because that was a way back in those days that you could get quite wealthy.
That's what St. Louis's founder Pierre Laclede, whose picture hangs on the wall in the History Museum, wanted to do. Catch that name Laclede. You'll probably think of Laclede Landing on the riverfront. In 1764, the now Business and Entertainment District was set out for something different.
And from the outset, there was a town square, which was also a parade ground where the militia could assemble and do their movements.
In the very next block on this map, librarian Emily Jaycock shows us.
So this is the Laclede Chateau Mansion that was built, a block away from the church block, and it occupied an entire city block.
The Basilica of St. Louis, King of France, still stands near the grand home where Laclede and his stepson lived.
One of the early surveyors who came from France was a man named Antoine Soulard, and he's like, oh, this is some pretty cool land right here, and so the Soulard neighborhood is named after the land that he and his family originally owned.
St. Louis transferred to the Spanish in 1770, returned to France under a secret treaty with Napoleon in the same year.
1804 happened and the Louisiana Purchase, and all of a sudden with the stroke of a pen, this city that we're in went from being French to being American.
And there you have it. There are still a few groups keeping French roots alive in St. Louis. The Alliance Française here in University City is helping preserve French heritage and making it easier to keep French residents connected. We have their information up there for you. There's also a group called Les Amis, or the Friends, carrying the torch for the early colonial history of St. Louis and preserving historical buildings. So much history. It runs deep, like you said, Michelle, so it's really exciting as we're in this season. Reporting in downtown St. Louis live this morning, Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.